Hello everyone, I am Dr.V.Srividhya. The subject which I am going to discuss is entrepreneurship development, which is for 5th semester BCom, and the topic of this session is Introduction to Entrepreneurship. So we'll see what all we are going to discuss in this session, that is Introduction to Entrepreneurship and meaning and definition of entrepreneurship. So in this session we are just going to discuss what is entrepreneurship and what is the meaning and definition of entrepreneurship. So we'll see. Entrepreneurship is the dynamic process of creating incremental wealth. So what is entrepreneurship? Why it is called as dynamic process? And how it's going to create wealth? See, entrepreneurship is nothing but a person who undertakes to produce some product or service to the society. And the person who is going to do all this is called as an entrepreneur. So this person, that is the individual who is going to take the risk in terms of equity, time, or who is going to be committed to provide value or some product or service to the society can rightly be called as an entrepreneur. And why it is called as dynamic processes, it's not like just like that. Okay, I'm going to do some product or service to the society, and yes, I'm going to introduce some product to the society, so I'll be called as an entrepreneur. No, it's not like that. When you want to become an entrepreneur and when you want to give a service to the society by way of giving them product or service, it is not an easy task. It is a process where the person should be very dynamic. You know what is the meaning of dynamic, right? He should be able to take up anything, any risk, any responsibility. Such a type of person only can become an entrepreneur. It's not like I'm not demotivating. Anyone can become, but you should be very dynamic. If you are not dynamic, become yourself dynamic and produce some incremental wealth to the society or to the economy. So, the person, that is again an individual. It's not like just he's having a passion. Yes, I have a passion. I want to become a businessman. No, he should be so committed. He should be very much committed, and also he should be able to take the full responsibility. Then only he'll be able to produce some product or service to the society, and he can be called as an entrepreneur. So we'll see one by. I'll just explain this clearly with an image. Before that, we'll see what is the meaning of entrepreneur. The term entrepreneur, how it has come into existence is it is derived from a French word entreprendre, which means to undertake. What is going to undertake? Is going to undertake the responsibility in setting up a business or enterprise. So that is the reason it's been derived from the word undertake. And because it's a French word entreprendre, this has been termed as entrepreneur. And it's very simple meaning. It clearly states that is going to undertake. What is going to undertake is going to take up new project and is going to produce some product or service to the society. When he is producing some product or service to the society, naturally he can't do it alone. Can an entrepreneur do anything alone? Can he manufacture a product alone? No, he needs n number of people for that. Anything you can't do it alone. Only when there is a team, only when there is group of people who all come together, you can naturally give out something to the society. So how is it possible? Only when he recruits human resources. And when he recruits human resources, naturally, what does it mean? He provides employment, he creates employment for many number of people. So, entrepreneur is not an easy task and it is not like everyone can do it. If you want to become an entrepreneur, you should have the determination, you should have the passion, you should be very dynamic. So, when all this is put together, naturally we can become an entrepreneur. And he should be ready to undertake all the responsibility and the risk. So, finally, he can become an entrepreneur. So when he is going to become an entrepreneur, it's not only self-development, it is It leads to the development of the society, nation, everything, overall development. Because see, when many number of entrepreneurs are there, when many entrepreneurs come up, what happens? They start up many new business. So when they are going to start up the business, it's not business means it's not just like opening shop and just sitting and selling. No, they are going to manufacture a product. They're going to give service to the society. Suppose like if you take an advertisement agencies, they're giving the service to the society. So it's not one man show. When they're going to take up the advertisement of some huge organization, they need many person like artists and have a brand ambassador. So they all they have to recruit all these persons, and in turn they are going to provide employment and they're going to make a payment. So what happens? In turn, those persons to whom all they're going to provide employment and to whom all they're going to provide the job, their standard of living also increases. When their standard of living increases, what happens? Naturally, it leads to the development of the nation, right? So it is like one cycle. It goes on and on and on. When you are going to increase one thing, it leads to the development of the whole nation. So entrepreneur is a very important concept for the society as a whole and for the nation as a whole. So now we'll see what are the definitions of entrepreneurship. There are many number of definitions. We can take the simple definition of Clarence Dr.V. who clearly states that entrepreneur is a person who makes decision under alternative courses of action. What is this alternative courses of action? Alternative courses of action is, see, when you want to take a decision, okay, just like that you're not going to take. You need to analyze everything and then find out which is the best alternative. So I'll just give an easy example. Suppose after you think you have completed your POC or you all are in final year, so you're going to you complete your BCom. So after completion of BCom, what next? What's the next alternative you're going to find out? So it is not like yeah, you're finished BCom, I'm going to take up MCom. No, you will check out with all the alternatives, which is the best alternative, which one if I select that will build up my career, and in what I have a passion and what I like. All this, there are many question marks. So you start analyzing and you select the best alternative course of action. So it's the same with the entrepreneur also. It's not like just he wants to do something and he's going to take decision. No, he has to analyze all the alternative courses of action and then finally decide what he's going to select. So that's what Clarence Dendroff has clearly stated, that he is the person who takes decision under many alternative courses of action. And Neo Webster, what he has stated is entrepreneur is one who assumes the risk and management of business. It's not that just he's going to manage the business. He has to undertake a risk, and in addition to that, he has to manage the business. So when this two has he has the capacity to do both the things, yes, he can become an entrepreneur. That is what the Neo Webster clearly states, that entrepreneur is one who assumes the risk and management of business. So you can just go through this slide wherein it clearly indicates who is called as an entrepreneur and what is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is a process. So we'll see what is the process which has to be carried out by an individual to become an entrepreneur. First thing is, any entrepreneur, they just don't start up the business. They should know what they are going to do. They should have a plan, innovative ideas. Only when you have planning, only you, if you know what you want to do, then the process goes on. You can carry on the process. So first he should know what he is going to manufacture. For that he should plan. On plan, and after planning he has to implement. He should bring into action anything just like that. If you keep it, it's of no use. So whatever you're planning, he has to start implementing it. So when he starts implementing, and when you is implementing for first time, definitely we can't say that it will be a success. It's very rare case that maybe success comes as soon as you start up. No, you have to do it again and again and again. So that is what it's given here. See, you can see this image where it is given as ladder. So first time you're going to do it, maybe it becomes a failure. No, you should not lose heart. You should not be demotivated. You do it again. Do it again and again and again. Take a risk. Keep doing. Finally, you will achieve success. That is what it is clearly stated in this image. You can see how he keeps his step in the ladder. First step, then slowly it will take you to the final ultimate step, that is success. So for this, slowly you should go step by step, and you should keep on doing it again and again. Then finally he will achieve the goal. He will reach what he wants to do. Next, why this entrepreneur is going to do? Is it just for fun? No, he's not just doing it for fun. Why anyone is doing anything for what? They're doing it to make money. So the thing is, the entrepreneur should put a question mark. Why I'm going to do? He's going to do not only to make money. Yes, everyone's intention will be to make money, but that is not the only criteria. When you are going to manufacture a product or you're going to service to the society, you should see whether that's going to solve the problem of the community. So when you are making a product, it should not be just you're making some product which is of no use to the society. There won't be any demand. People will not buy. So you should see what is required. The needs has to be analyzed. Only when you know what people need, the people who all are around you, you should find out what they need, and as per the requirement, it has to be manufactured. Then only you can become a successful entrepreneur. What I need then, that thing which is required, you have to check. For this, you have to do survey, research. See, when that is the reason. See, you can easily tell that I am going to become an entrepreneur. It's not an easy task, and it is not a difficult task. When everything is planned and when you are doing it systematically, anything is possible. Everything is possible. So it has to be done in a well planned and systematic manner. You have to give to the society what is required, and when the product is given to the society, that should satisfy their needs, and it should solve the problem of the community. So this should be the main aim and goal and determination of the entrepreneur. So I think by seeing this image, you might get an idea as to what entrepreneurship is. Next also is this image where you can, this is a simple image, anyone can easily understand. You're going to plan something and you're going to implement. Plan and you're going to implement. Finally, it is the result and development. Growth is nothing but development. So if you plan anything what you want systematically in a systematic manner, if you are implementing it, ultimately it will reach to the growth and development. So that the person who is going to do this effectively and efficiently will be called as an entrepreneur. So first step is planning, and next you have to implement that, and finally it will lead to the growth and development of an individual, and that person, the person who is going to do all this, is called as an entrepreneur. So by coming to know about what is entrepreneurship and entrepreneur, when you take from the exam point of view, maybe now you would have got an idea. That's a person who is going to be create, or is going to plan, and is going to implement that plan, and finally that will lead to the development. This is the idea what you have got. So you can write the answers in the exam. No, that should not only be your intention. By learning this subject and by learning this topic, it should ignite inside you that you also should become an entrepreneur. See, when you become an entrepreneur, you think, yes, I can make money, I can become rich, my standard of living will increase, all that is okay. But you think that when you become an entrepreneur, it's not only self development, it is the development of the society and nation. So you should think how I can develop and think of so many ideas. Now, youngsters have n number of very innovative ideas. We can't tell like it's just as simple or something. Very nice ideas you all have. So try to implement all that try to create, and then you can implement. So the references which you have to undertake, that is if you want to learn more, or if you feel that yes, by referring some books you can learn more, you refer the books, whether it is Himalaya publication, Apane and Gopal Krishna, and also Kalyani publications, Dr. B. Parmeshivaya and Dr. V. Srividhya, that is me. uh, there you can refer these books where you can get much more details, and also the I have given you the website link, where if you go to the link, easily you can find out clearly about entrepreneurship, where everything will be very clear. If you go through all the websites through this link or images, this is exclusively for images, where just by seeing the image you should understood why they give images in the websites is what you can study in 10 or 20 minutes. By just seeing one image in 5 minutes you should be able to grasp. That is the lesson. In all the EDP session I have just inserted one or two images, so that after understanding the concept by seeing the image, that will complete your doubts. So that's the reason I have inserted. You can just go to the websites. Thank you for all the persons who all were very patiently listening. Actually, this is the duration is more, but then also I think I hope I have completed all the introductory concept of entrepreneurship. If you have any doubts, kindly contact me. Maybe I can help you. Thank you once again.